Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. I'm your host, SunX, and with me today, as always, is our NHL and analyst and expert, the grumpy old man. They say there's no shame to his game because he's always the same.
That's me.
Isn't that right, Grumpy?
That's
So
correct,
before we
Dan.
get into the show, we got to go over some housekeeping first. If you guys enjoy the content here, and even if you don't, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment so we can juice that algorithm and get this show out to as many people as possible. Isn't that
That's
right,
what I like
Grumpy?
to hear.
We want everybody listening to this show.
Listen up,
Usually
people.
That's right. That's right. We usually try and host the show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we're late. Sometimes we're on time. Today,
Never early.
we're closer to on time. So
Never early. Isn't that
yeah,
right?
never early. No. We're either like right on time or late. So if you guys do enjoy the content over here, we do have another show called the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man podcast. And that show is every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you like the content over here, head over there and check it out. Give it a look. So Grumpy, title of our show, we did have some confusion, which I assume would probably happen, Grumpy, if you can look over here for a second.
Yes.
Looks like some of our viewers are thinking that TJ is back. No, TJ is not back. This is in reference to Ilya Sorokin being back in tip-top form. In tip-top form. Isn't that right, Grumpy?
That's right. Absolutely.
So I think getting rid of Greco was probably the right decision, right?
Well, we didn't know, right? Sorokin's been struggling. Gosh, my hair is just terrible today.
It's all right. There ain't much there.
It's just so much of it that is just,
Oh, yeah. There is so much of it.
On XC. Woo, look at that.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Hold on. I got to get sunglasses on. I'm getting blinded.
I mean, I think it's fair. I mean, we have a podcast where we say, what's going on with Sorokin? And all of a sudden, wham, he just snaps right back into form, right? They fired Greco, and it was, oh my gosh, Greco's, one of the best goalie coaches in the world, which is true. But you know what? If it's not working out, somebody's got to go, and it's not going to be the goaltender who's, got 6 or 7 more years left on his deal. It's not going to be him. It's going to be the goalie coach. And all of a sudden, I mean, this last week, the light switch is turned on for him. The 2 games he played, he stole us points against the Rangers, particularly early when the Rangers came out and were just dominant for like the first 5 minutes. He made like 4 or 5 huge saves. And then totally against the Devils, Sorokin show. So he's back.
Yep, back in tip-top form.
Yeah.
And not only is Sorokin performing well, Bo Horvat is on an absolute heater. 6 goals in 6 games, Grump. He's dominating.
20 points through 16 games or whatever it is the Islanders have played. 12 goals, 8 assists. I don't think you complain about that. He's a guy who gets
best offensive player so far. I mean, best offensive player in the Islanders by far, not even close.
Yeah, for certain. He's been absolutely hot. I think with him playing with Barzell's back playing with him again, has helped his game. He's had a little bit of puck luck. He's shooting like an unbelievable. I mean, we can look up to see what his shooting percentage is. X. I might even let you. Okay, why don't you just look that up? That'll be fantastic. But when a guy is shooting that well, it's like, he's hot and, everything's clicking for him right now, without a doubt.
So it says for the, I need the, nope.
You can pull up the ESPN.
Keep going.
Okay, if you just pull up the ESPN stats and just put them on the screen, we can walk through and just look at that because I'm interested with some of the other guys who are shooting. The Islanders are doing fairly well in the goal scoring category this year, which is, kind of surprising to many of folk, myself included, right? Just as of right now, the Islanders, well, they're still middle of the pack, 53 goals in 16 games. That's still like 3 goals a game, which is higher than they've been in recent years. So, I mean, no complaints there. Well, you ever look that up, X? I can do it in a second.
I got it.
Or where is it? How come it's not up then?
It's coming. I have to zoom in before you complain.
Oh, my gosh.
So there's Bo Horvat sitting at number 2 behind Nathan McKinnon.
Okay, you might want to actually put it up on the screen.
Oh, whoops. There we go. You're blowing your nose. So, yeah, so Bo Horvat is sitting at number 2 behind Nathan McKinnon with 12 goals, plus minus a 9, total of 20 points, as Grumpy stated earlier. His shot percentage is 21.8, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, when you're shooting that much of a percentage, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, Cole Caulfield's at 30%. You're not going to shoot that percentage the whole year, of course. I mean, historically, I think Horvat's like a 12%,
absolutely
something
not.
like that, 11 or 12%, shooting percentage. So it's not going to be like that all year. But hey, enjoy it while you see it. He's been really, really good this year so far. If you just click on shot percentage there, it'll tell you where he ranks. I mean, Sidney Crosby is up there really high this year. Leo Carlson from Anaheim. I mean, the guys who are at 50%.
Those are going to be skewed numbers a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, just a lot of guys shooting really high percentages. Yeah. Hey, we'll take that too. Increases his trade value, right?
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely does. Yeah, he got that the empty net goal, and I was even talking to you about that before the show. I was like, "Hey, Juice, we'll take any stuffing that we can for him, right?
Anything.
Simon Holmstrom's 23.5. There we go. There's Bo Horvat, 37th.
Yeah, but look at how many shots he's taken. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's 55 shots.
Yeah, he's taking a lot more than everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
And excuse me if you see me blowing my nose or I mute myself because I have to cough. I'm still under the weather. So just something to consider. Okay, X. So what do you want to go into more now?
I guess we'll go cover the games, right?
Okay. So we're done with Sorokin and Horvat.
Yeah, I think they both have been playing really well. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
A lot of people have been dumping on Sorokin this year. And the save percentage is down. Another thing that people seem to forgetting. The NHL has kind of adjusted their shots on goal. Sometimes you get shots on goal that would count as shots on goal that maybe were not shots on goal. They're being more strict when counting actual shots on goal this year. So when that's the case, you're going to see those goaltending save percentage numbers drop. So, yeah. I mean, I just know that's the case, that they're much more strict on just handing out shots on goal. Mm-hmm. That's why you're seeing games where shots are very, very low, but there are a lot of goals because they might have taken 90 shot attempts, but only, so many are legit shots on goal. Anything that hits a post, not a shot on goal.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's another thing I've noticed with us. We struggle to get more shots on goal than other teams. We absolutely do. Well, we always get outshot.
Not always, but
a lot of the times we do.
I mean, okay, that's true, but I just want people to know that the way that the NHL is measuring shots on goal this year is different than in previous years. That's why you're seeing shot totals go down, and you're seeing goaltender save percentages also drop a little bit. I mean, those are just things you're seeing. I mean, they have to be legit shots on goal to get that stat counted this year, which is, a little bit of a change. That's fine. But absolutely, Sorokin was getting buried by the fan base 2 weeks ago.
I was saying trade him.
You were saying trade him. Who said that? Who was pretty much in his corner still?
Anyone? Were. You absolutely were. You absolutely were backing him. I was saying trade him for different reasons.
Well, I know, because you want the team to be bad, so we get the draft picks.
Yes, exactly.
Right,
exactly.
Understandable. Yeah. But that that was never going to happen. And it's nice to see him rounding back into form.
Yes.
The dismissal of Pierre Greco has wound up being a good thing for Ilya Sorokin.
Yep.
Right? I mean, I think that's fair.
Improved immensely. I think it maybe was a confidence thing. Maybe he didn't feel confident under Greco, but now, he's got his guy in. It upped his game a little bit.
I just think maybe having a different voice in his ear has helped him. And maybe what Greco was trying to show him or teach him
Wasn't working.
he wasn't comfortable with it.
Mhm.
I mean, Mitch Korn, I didn't put it together. When Mitch Korn was here all those years, he was fine. Then Korn leaves and Greco's in charge. And, well, gosh, Greco is such a great coach. There's no way that he should be struggling under Greco. Well, just because he works with one guy doesn't mean he works with everybody.
Great for some does not mean great for all.
I think Francesco Allier was like a goaltending guru for the French Canadian goalies of Luongo and Patrick Roy.
Mhm.
I mean, he was, a goalie guru for those guys, but that doesn't mean he could work with everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have it when you're a coach, any type of positional coach, you have to have something that if the player doesn't trust in you or believe in you or feel that you're trying to augment his game, it's not going to work.
Mhm.
I'm not saying there's going to be a friction, but you're not going to get the type of results that the best type of results that you could possibly get. And now we're seeing Greco gone and, Sorokin's Soviet buddy is over here and we're seeing him almost immediate dividends.
Yep.
I mean, because he's been spot on the last number of games, spot on.
Oh yeah. And the fact that the Isles, they just continually let chances right in front of the net all the time. The fact that he's able to make saves really helps. Really helps. He keeps us in games. For certain.
Absolutely.
For certain.
So he's back.
That's right. That is what the he's back is for. It is not TJ. Sorry for the confusion, everyone. It is not TJ, unfortunately, but yes.
It's not TJ.
Sorokin is back.
Absolutely. And he's been just fantastic so far in the last couple of weeks. And, you got Matthew Schaefer on the back end, Bo Horvat being hot. The Rangers, still not a playoff team, but they certainly are ticking up as of right now, statistically. That being said, we had 3 games since last time we spoke on this podcast. We played against Minnesota, the New York Rangers, and the New Jersey Devils. The first 2 were part of a 7-game road trip, which is going to get appreciably tougher starting tomorrow night. I guess we'll talk about the Minnesota game first, which I found interesting. Minnesota had been really struggling. They were on the second half of a back-to-back once again. Minnesota and playing their backup goaltender. But again, we saw the same issues on the back end that we've seen all year long. D'Angelo and Alexander Romanov just getting absolutely exposed on goal after goal.
Hold on, Grumpy. Let me get to this real quick. People are having an issue with the screen. It's mini. So for you, if you're watching on YouTube, we did 2 different posts. There was something new that they added where it did a landscape mode and a portrait mode. You might be on the portrait mode post. So there probably should be a second one that you can select that's landscaped. I will not do the portrait mode next time. I can't change it right now unless I end the stream and restart it. So I would just try and look out for that other post that's landscape mode.
I told you that, X. I told you.
Well, that's the first time it's ever popped up. So, and I asked you. I said, I asked you.
Hold on. Before the show, I told you. I said I'm getting multiple screens up over here.
Whoa! I literally asked you ahead of time and said, "Do you want to change it to just landscape?" You said, "No, let's just do it."
That's not what I said. I said
that is verbatim what you said.
I said,
"Don't lie." Look at that. You're half smiling, which means you're freaking lying.
It was a host failure once again.
Liar. All right, continue. Sorry, I just wanted to get that out there. There should be 2 posts on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Everything else should be in landscape mode and correct. So,
okay. I don't know. I have no idea. I know nothing about the ins and outs of the actual technical things that are done on this show. That's what I leave to X.
That was the first time that's ever popped up. So sorry.
And we'll just say he bungled it.
Sorry. My fault.
So long story short, Romanov again, just disastrous. He and D'Angelo. And there was a lot of standing around on defense. I don't, and it's been like that for a number of years now, where they'll come out and they'll either come out flat or play well and then go into a shell and play flat, or they come out flat to start and then they pick it up later and then collapse in the third period. too many starts and stops to their play. And we've seen it over the last number of games as well, even though we're winning some games and gathering some points.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, for the positives, though, J.G. Bajot had a nice goal when they were shorthanded. But nothing could outweigh how bad Romanov's been. Again, he's just been terrible. So much so that they've changed up the defense pairings in the forward groups. They changed them up after the Minnesota game, which was an abject disaster, right? That game was just terrible. They were totally dominated. And when they played the Rangers, it started off like that as well. The first 5 minutes, like I mentioned, was all Rangers. All Rangers. I'm like, oh, my God. And Sorokin, thank goodness Sorokin, he made like a boatload of good saves.
Yep. Again, shots right in front of the net, just leaving it wide open. Free real estate, always. Free real estate right in front of the net. Yeah, then the Islanders took over and absolutely killed it.
As soon as Bo Horvat scored that first goal, that was it.
Yep.
Game was over. The Rangers
gates were opened, yeah.
They were terrible, and I think the Islanders scored a second goal at the end of the first period, and that was it. That was it. The rest of the game was a slog. Honestly, not even worth watching. I think the Rangers were then at the end of that game, which have been shut out 5 times in 7 home games.
Yeah.
I mean, how bad is that?
Really bad.
Honestly. It's historic. And now you have to think, and you look at the guys that were slamming the sticks, breaking sticks, throwing stuff on the bench. You wonder how much not being able to score at home has gotten into their heads, because they're the best team in the NHL on the road, and they're stomping the living crap out of Tampa Bay tonight on an away game. So
that's so surprising that they can't get it done at home.
Yeah, it's weird.
You'd think it would be the opposite, right? Where they have their home base behind them and their fans cheering for them. They're going to kill it at home. I mean, I hate to say it, even when they play the Islanders, those might as well be home games too. But, I mean, they're stomping the crap out of teams. You'd think they'd be stomping the crap out of teams, but it's not. It's the reverse. Usually it's not like that.
Very true. But it's, like I said, it's working out for them.
I think it's a mental thing with them, though. Yeah. As you were saying earlier, it's getting in their head that they can't get it done at home. I think it's absolutely a mental thing.
Yeah, I mean, the more it goes on, the worse it gets. That's what bothers me about the Rangers going forward as an Islander fan. Eventually they're going to right the ship at home.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And if you can play as well as you played all year on the road, your team's going to be tough to beat down the stretch.
Yep.
I mean, so like I said, the Rangers right now, if they win tonight, they're ahead of us in the standings. They have, I think we will have 2 games in hand on them, but they'll have a 2-point advantage. But it worries me that it would be less bothersome to me if they couldn't win on the road. Yeah. But it's going to turn around at home at some point in time. You just know it is. They're not going to score, 4 goals at home all year. That's not.
How long do you think it takes before it turns around for them at home?
I don't know, but I think you'll be able to tell, and it'll be like the floodgates are turned on.
I think they'll have one game where they just absolutely obliterate somebody at home, and then that's going to be it. And like the game that they do turn it around, they're going to throttle whoever they're playing against,
and then you'll see it change. I mean, but so many, they're just getting some bad puck luck. The guy will go take a shot. The puck just rolls at the last second, or he goes to take it and he just flips it over the top of the net in a wide open net. Just little things that they're not going to stay like that all year long. So that's just something to think about going forward. Oh, the Rangers, okay, they're going to play better as the season goes on, particularly at home where they've been a disaster. And like I said, after that Horvat goal, that game was over. Honestly. Then we played the Devils. And again, those 2 Sorokin points. I mean, honestly, those 2 Sorokin points. I want to give the other 2 points, the Ranger games, to Sorokin, but the Islanders played so well that I'm only going to give one of those points to Sorokin, but he absolutely kept the Islanders in the game early, without a doubt. And like I said, if the Rangers score a goal or 2 in the first 5 minutes, who knows what happens in that game. Mm-hmm. But Sorokin stood tall. Then they had some, they hit the side of the net, hit the post, hit the crossbar, breaking sticks. They're so frustrated. Great. That works out great for us. We're able to come away with that W, well-deserved. Devils game was something totally the opposite. That game never should even went to overtime. Sorokin was that good. And Jersey, Jersey's
shot
good.
themselves in the foot. They shot themselves in the foot that game. I think it was either the first or I think it was the first goal that was scored. I don't know who it was for New Jersey. He just throws the puck out in the middle of the ice, doesn't even look. Throws out in the middle of the ice, Bo Horvat scored a goal. Didn't even look. Again, that's simple mistakes that teams make, and it ended up costing them.
What does the warden say? What's the one thing you can't do with the puck in your own zone?
Shoot it out in the middle.
Shoot into the center of the ice. Can't do it. Use the boards. Chip it out.
Yep.
Can't throw it.
Even
to
the
center
warden
of the ice.
knows. Even the warden knows. Think about that.
Warden knows. If
Even
the warden
better.
knows, it must be really easy to figure out. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So you're trying to say that the warden's not smart enough to know?
No. I'm just saying warden's hockey knowledge is not there.
Okay.
I'm not saying my hockey knowledge is good at all. I'm just saying it's not to that extent.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I don't want you throwing slings and arrows.
I'm not slinging any arrows or throwing any sling, whatever you just said.
Sounds like you were challenging her intelligence.
No, I was not doing that. I was just saying her hockey intelligence.
Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, I'm sure. You doubled down on it actually.
He's setting me up.
I did set me up. I did set you up, X. That's true.
Trash. Terrible. But yeah, I don't think that we deserve to beat the Devils. We ended up and again, the same exact thing. Cannot close out a game. We give up a goal with 4 seconds left. 4 freaking seconds. How do you not close out that game? 4 seconds.
I thought it was more than 4 seconds.
It was like 4.35 seconds, something like that. Okay. There was not much time left. It was like 4 point something seconds,
and then
that was left on the clock. And the thing is, it deflected off our own guy. I don't know who it was who deflected off of, but it hit somebody, deflected off of and went in the net. And it's like, ugh. Just again, we had 2 guys in front of the net, ends up hitting one, deflecting in own goal, essentially.
I also did want to mention that the Islanders have reshuffled their lines. And we'll talk about them a little bit here.
Oh, I did want to say one more thing about the New Jersey game. Matthew Barzal, for that last goal, first off, saved us getting a goal scored on us in that play, and then also went down and scored the goal, which was beautiful. He saved because I don't know who it was who did like a back pass to him, but like pretty much almost turned the puck over. And if it wasn't for Barzal skating, like, hustling, getting it, and then skating down the other end, we probably would have given up a goal. I just wanted to say that. Hats off to Matt Barzal and that OT winner.
Well, it's funny. I can almost always tell when the Islanders are going to score when they're struggling or getting dominated.
Yeah,
I can almost tell.
You just feel it.
Yeah, they're going to score here because it's like some type of wild scramble play or whatever.
And that's what it was.
And the other team just kind of breaks down and falls asleep for a second, and the puck's in the back of the net. So, hey, kudos to us. You got to take them while you can get them.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I'm going to say something about Jersey. They had a lot of many power play chances, and they were over, I believe, on the game.
It's shocking.
But they overpassed the puck. Try to get too fancy. I mean, just hitting posts, hitting crossbars. Just, hey, let's see if we can walk it into the net. You can't be too fancy.
Nope.
I mean, you're not the Russian national team from the 1970s. You're just not.
What was the thing the Islanders did when they scored their power play goal against Jersey for the second goal? What was the thing they did?
Tell us.
Schaefer launching the puck in, weird deflection, boom, finished it off right in front of the net. Sometimes you just got to do that. Shoot the puck on net. You don't know what can happen.
That's
Shoot the puck on net. If you got somebody in front, they can clean it up.
That's it.
Put the puck on net. You're never going to score passing it around and not shoot.
Oh, look at that, X.
Look at me. I'm adding something.
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe you're adding something to this conversation.
Whoa. I know.
Devastating. But it did lead to some line changes.
Matthew's calling you out. He said the Devils scored on their first power play.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if the first was a power play or not. Okay. Oh, that's right. No, it was like in the first 2-3 minutes of the game. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And,
it was very early. And that was another one, kind of deflection right in front of the net kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, nothing Sorokin could do. Sorokin
No, I'm not blaming him on that at all.
But it led to the Islanders after that Minnesota game, which was disastrous, right?
Yes.
It led to changes in the Islanders lineup. Patrick Roy shuffled the deck. His new lines are Matt Barzal, centering Simon Holmstrom, and Jonathan Drouin. That's been a good line. Right now you have
Drouin's been playing well. He had a goal.
Yeah. And Drouin's looked better with Barzal also. I didn't know how those two would click together, honestly. I didn't know how those two are going to click together, honestly, because they're both mostly pass first guys, but they've looked really good so far together.
Absolutely has.
You're going in and out, X. So just, I don't know if it's going to hold up when you're talking. And then you had Bo Horvat with Kyle Palmieri and Emil the Eel Henneman. That's been good. Bo Horvat's been tremendous. You've seen Henneman kind of tail off a little bit. Palmieri is still what Palmieri is. Third line has been Anthony Duclair with JG Pajot and Anders Lee. To me, that's the trade line. That's what I want to call that one. Or the deadline deal line. I'd be willing to move all those guys at the deadline. Certainly Palmieri, certainly Pajot and Lee should absolutely be dealt. And Anthony Duclair, well, I don't know. I know he stuck up for Matthew Schaefer last game. Still, he's still a quitter. So I'm not opposed to moving him whatsoever. And the bottom line was a line centered by Callum Ritchie, where you have Cizikas on one wing and Siplikov, your boy Siplikov, on the other wing. And they've been okay.
Baby.
I just don't like the fact that Ritchie is playing on the fourth line. I mean, I'd rather have him play in the minors and just play all the time as opposed to limited minutes on the big team. That's just my thinking on that.
You're saying he's not going to get as much development being a fourth liner as opposed to playing in the minors, getting that play time. Yep.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. Grumpy, am I still lagging really bad?
No, you're fine now.
Okay.
Also, the defense pairs were shaken up. And do you remember who I said Matthew Schaefer was going to be eventually teamed with?
I think you said, was it Pulock?
Pulock. And sure enough, he's been teamed up with Pulock. And wouldn't you know, Pulock's looking a little bit better teamed up with Matthew Schaefer because he's been not so good.
Wow, wild, right?
That's what happens when you got some guy who's really good. He can make this shitty partner look better than he truly is. Your second pairing is Scott Mayfield, who's probably a little nervous now since he's not playing with Schaefer.
He didn't have somebody to cover up his mistakes. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. I'm sure he likes playing with Schaefer better than Alexander Romanov. That's for certain.
His plus minus certainly likes it.
Yeah, well, he's a human. Romanov's like a human chance hemorrhager. That's what he does. He's horrible. So those two are together now. And when they're out there, Romanov just stands around too much for my liking. Just stands around straight up and down. And they get scored on late recovering. He puck watches too much. That's his biggest issue. He puck watches too much as opposed to marking his man, which leaves Adam Pelech teamed up with, I guess he's the worst defenseman on the team defensively, and Tony DeAngelo. I think it's him and Romanov, running for who the worst defensive defenseman is. But I'm going to give it to DeAngelo as the worst defensively, but not by a whole lot over Romanov. So, but Tony DeAngelo's a right shot, as is Pulock and Mayfield. So it kind of is what it is. That being said, the Islanders have managed to gather 4 points out of the possible 6. Kudos to them. The schedule gets a lot tougher in the next week. X, can you pull their schedule up and just post it? I know tomorrow night we have Vegas Golden Knights. I know they go out west.
That is correct.
Who else do they have?
Vegas? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Grumpy. I'm getting it pulled up.
And I know on Sunday they have Colorado. That's almost certainly a loss. Colorado only has 1 loss in regulation this year. I think they're like 10-1-5. They're good. They're really good.
So we got the Golden Knights, then we got the Utah Mammoths.
Been absolutely outstanding.
That is, those expansion teams. Like I don't know why I always just thought. They're not an expansion team. They're I know they're the Coyotes team, but I'm just saying. I don't know why I've always thought like these newer teams, quote unquote newer teams, just would be terrible coming out. I mean, weren't the Coyotes just god awful last
Yeah.
year?
But you know what they did? They moved all their veterans and just loaded up on draft picks. So this way, when
Yeah.
guys don't pan out, you still have so many guys who can, and you're seeing them all come up together. That's what I wanted the Islanders to do a number of years ago, when it was so obvious to me and the people who watch this show, people with brains, who just realized, you know what, the Islander team that was currently that they were currently rostering was never going to win anything, and they never did. And you should have moved all of them off systematically, loaded up with draft picks, and then you'd have multiple kicks at the can. And by the time 2 or 3 years later, everybody comes up together and your team turns out to be something else. You saw the Mammoth last year, just as the hockey club, they were named, had kind of started to round the bend last year. And this year, they've been really, really good. Are they a finished product year yet? No. But they're so young and so talented, you know they're going to be good for years to go forward. The goaltending's still a little bit weak. They can do better there, but they're much, much improved from last season. And they have an ownership group that's not afraid to invest money the last couple of years in free agency. So good for them. And this is the toughest stretch for the Islanders so far this season. Golden Knights, really, really good team. Yep. The Mammoth, really good. Avalanche, best team in the league. Dallas Stars, tremendous. Who's after that, X?
After that, we have...
Okay, the Kraken have been pretty good, and then another Boston. I mean, Boston has owned us so far.
We have Detroit, the Blues, then the Kraken, and then the Bruins.
Okay,
so because we went from 18th to November 18th, November 20th, November 22nd.
Okay, so before we wrap up, okay, we're gone too far there. Okay,
I was just going back up to the next four.
Yep, that's okay. These next 4 games are going to be before we do our next show. They're playing the Golden Knights, the Mammoth, the Avalanche, and the Stars. Yeah,
I have a question for you. Realistically, how many points do you think we get out of these next 4?
2.
Okay.
They could be a couple overtime losses. I'm not going to beat the Avalanche. Won't beat the Stars.
So you think the 2 overtime losses will be to Vegas and
either a win against somebody. They'll beat somebody. Actually, the Islanders usually match up pretty well with the Golden Knights.
So you think we could maybe squeak a win out there?
Very possibly. Okay. They usually struggle. They've struggled against Utah in recent time. Avalanche just too good. And so is Dallas, honestly. Dallas is really good too. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you ask me realistically how many points of the next 8 out of the possible 8, I'm going to say 2. Maybe 3. Maybe, but I mean, they're going to lose to the Avalanche, and I think we're absolutely going to lose to the Stars. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out before next week's show. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, you never know. You never know. That's the whole thing. You never know. I mean, that's the biggest thing. You can never tell what's going to happen. You just cannot tell.
Yep. Yeah, so I guess we're having some other people having issues with the stream. So there are actually 2 streams that are posted out on YouTube. If you're currently in the one that looks really bad, we tried something out. They asked for orientation of how we wanted to do it. So I did a landscape version and then a portrait version. So hit the landscape version, and that should help you out with that. There's two streams that are out there. You just need to select the other one if you're on YouTube and having issues.
Okay.
So just wanted to go over that. Sorry.
Yeah, just please make sure that we're getting that done. It'll be greatly appreciated for certain.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. All right.
Do you want to go into the ad read, Grumpy?
Is there anything else we want to talk about first?
No, I mean, I think we covered pretty much the games that were played since our last stream. So kudos on the Islanders for picking up some big points. I think they performed better than we thought. Wouldn't you agree, Grumpy?
Yeah, I thought we have a good chance to beat the Rangers.
Yeah.
But I wasn't quite sure about how it was going to work out with the Devils. I thought we'd lose the Devils.
Did you think that we would have beat Minnesota, though?
I thought we should have beat Minnesota, but I thought maybe we'd get 3 points out of those 3 games, to be honest with you. That's what I thought we were going to get.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's get to the Ed Read. And X, if you could just tell me what time we're at right now.
37:34.
37:34. Okay. Okay. The NBA season tips off, and so does DraftKings' newest fantasy game, DraftKings Pick Six, is the easiest way to play for big wins with every possession, giving you a shot at real money. Here's how to play. Just pick more or less on 2 or more stats and unlock the upside that every game brings. Pick Six is available in Texas, California, Missouri, and more. New DraftKings customers get $50 in bonus picks with just a $5 entry on your first pick set. Don't just watch basketball, cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick Six app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN. Play just $5 and get $50 in Pick Six bonus picks. Make the call. Ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick Six. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick Six not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick Six bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms in picksix.draftkings.com/promos. So that's our first one. Now we do have a second one also. And that's just going to be our regular DraftKings spot. And X, what time are we at now, please?
39:15.
Thank you very much. Okay, hockey is back. And this season, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, brings you all the speed, skill, and nonstop action you love. DraftKings Sportsbook delivers the unmatched intensity of the NHL right at your fingertips. From player props to the thrill of a live in-game betting, every drop of the puck is your shot to win big. Okay? Like, there's so many lines. There's so many lines you can pick. I just remember, when I was, not that I was a big gambler, but it was like, okay, you could just bet on games. Now they have all these prop bets that you could do. It just, so many ways you can win. There's nothing wrong with that. All right? Okay? Just make sure that you gamble responsibly. That's the only thing I'm going to say, right? New customers, this one's for you. You bet $5. If your bet wins, you'll get paid out in $300 in bonus bets instantly, okay? Like, let's say, hey, I'm going to bet Bo Horvat's going to score a goal tomorrow night against Vegas, or that Ilya Sorokin is going to give up 2 goals or less. I mean, there's a whole lot of things you could do. I mean, X, would you? Are you a betting man, X?
I think I've only placed one bet. I think I said this previously on the show.
Right.
I've only placed one bet.
You lost, but you won.
But yes, correct. I lost, but I won. That is 100% correct. That's the only reason I placed the bet. That was it.
It was your hatred for the Kansas City Chiefs that made you bet.
That is right. That is right. I said, hey, if I'm going to be upset, I might as well be upset with some extra money in my pocket. That's what I said.
All right. Yep. Light the lamp all season long with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of the Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.com/audio. Limited time offer. Copyrighted the NHL 2025. So, yeah. Let me tell you, some people, you could do much worse than use DraftKings for all your betting needs. X, let's hit ourselves. Let's go out there and hit on.
Yes, let's get to some comments.
Let's get to some comments, please, X.
And this one says from at 012121321. X, can you name the first European captain to hold the Stanley Cup?
Oh.
I'm going to say that it's Nicholas Lindstrom.
Nicholas Lidstrom. What would make you say that, X?
I don't know. I think that's just what I found out. So that's it.
Okay, so you say it's Nick Lidstrom. I think you're correct, X. It is Nick Lidstrom for the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, look at me, off to a roll, baby.
Infusive Music says Grumpy was spot on Romanov. He's absolutely terrible. What a disaster. He's always been like that, though.
Not good.
It's not like I knew he was going to be bad, or I thought he was going to turn bad when Dobson left. I knew he was going to be bad when Dobson left because he was horrible when Dobson was there. Dobson always had to bail him out all the time. Jimmy O says Etsy link is not working. Okay,
that's
a TJ thing also.
Yes.
TJ's not been very helpful to us, has he, X? Since he's
no, he's not. TJ has been slacking.
He's been slacking, literally slacking. Goon says, at what point should we start thinking the Islanders are getting Henneman was a steal? Never. Son X, how do you constantly remain at an even keel?
I don't know. I just certain things I'm not at an even keel.
That's for certain. That is
most things I am. There's certain things that absolutely get my blood boiling. And I think maybe it's I have so much rage in just those few things that I get it all out then, and then the rest I'm just chilling. So,
okay.
I think that's what it is. I use it all up in certain circumstances and then level-headed and cool.
Brett Wainer says, late is late, Son X. No soup for you. What's that from, X? Do you know what that's from?
Today. No soup for you?
Yeah.
I do not know.
Oh.
Give me a hint.
Very X in the comments.
Give me a hint.
I'm not giving you a hint.
No soup for you?
No soup for you.
Is it a movie?
No, it's not. It's a TV show.
No soup for you. Yeah,
that's okay. Someone will absolutely shred you in the comments. No problem. Matthew Sklar says,
Seinfeld.
Yes, okay. You must have just read it from someone.
I did.
So, yeah, and certainly you didn't come up with that one on your own.
Oh, I came up with that one on my own, Grumpy. Shout out to JP. Thank you for the assistance.
Seinfeld, yes, Seinfeld. Okay. Yes, read that one already?
Yep.
Twice. Greco was the issue, says Matthew, my feeling.
Yep.
But whatever. Okay, I'm not saying he's a poor goaltender coach. I'm just saying whatever he did wasn't working for Ilya Sorokin. And that's just the way it is sometimes. He needs a different guy, and he got his guy, and all of a sudden he's a better goaltender. Almost, within a week and a half, he's back to what he used to be. So I'm going to say, unless I'm proven wrong at some point in time, the goaltender coach and him didn't work out. And I said, there comes a time where you just have to move the guy because he's not performing. It's not like all of a sudden he can't do anything. It just, the guy wasn't communicating with him, whatever the reason was. Now it's working.
Certain guys work better under certain coaching or, certain management. It just happens like that. People have, different personalities. They, connect well or gel well better with somebody else. And maybe he was telling him the right things to do, but he wasn't telling them in a way that he could interpret it to put it out there on the ice. Whereas the guy they brought in now seems to be doing that.
Very true.
Honestly, I don't think you complain about the letting go of Greco and bringing in his buddy. So
I 100% agree. X, you read that next comment, please.
Okay. It says, although the Isles beating the New York Rangers and New Jersey Devils was a gas, their MO thus far is looking great one game, then soiling their boxers the next game. Will their season ultimately go up in flames? ?
I think we just touched on that a little bit. It's the same way they've been for the last number of years. There's the only consistency with the Islanders, they're inconsistent. I mean, as good as we looked against the Rangers, we looked really bad against Minnesota and then Jersey.
They're like the weather in North Carolina.
Well, whatever. I don't know.
Inconsistent.
Oh, okay, whatever. Frank from Empire State says, nope, I'm not surprised. I said the offense would be better this year and was mocked.
The offense, I think, has been better this year. I mean, you can't. I mean, the power play last year was really bad, right?
Yep.
But our power play this year is like top in the league.
No, it's
not. It's a top power play in the league. Yes, it is.
Okay, I want you to pull those stats. When you start talking shit like that, you got to have to bring your.
Didn't we go over this the other day?
No. They're not close to one of the top teams in the league in the power play.
Don't worry. Here, we'll pull it up.
And they're right in the middle of the pack. They're in the middle of the pack in goals scored. Middle of the pack. That's all I'm saying. Gungun says the potential $1 million idea. TJ makes a few appearances, but donning Son X's short-lived wrestler's mask. Ask young TJ if he's up to the task. I don't think that mask would fit TJ's head.
Okay, their power play has dropped since the last time we looked at it. They're down to 22nd.
22nd.
Power play percentage. They were higher than that though last week. They absolutely were, because I remember we looked it up.
Well, they're not anymore. I mean, that's improvement for them from 31st in the league. But who knows? Rick Roma says, "What's going on with this stream?" LOL. Yeah, X.
Yeah, it's we posted, if you're on YouTube, we posted 2 different streams. Go to the one that's in landscape view, not the one that's in whatever, vertical.
Nice fail, X.
Okay. Yeah.
Christian,
we won't do that. We won't make that mistake next time. I have learned. I will only put it in landscape view. So next show should be perfect, seamless, no issues.
Christian Okalski says, "Hey guys, great show the last few months. I was concerned when TJ left, but you're doing great. Look at you, X. Little kudos to X there." I would say there's less arguments on the show now with TJ gone.
It's because TJ's argumentative. He would find something to argue about. He always does.
True.
Always does.
He's a super genius. He's like Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
He is I don't know. He's a nutcase, I was going to say.
Robert D says, Pecorine has a statue in Nashville. Why isn't there a Bossy or a Potting statue at Potvin?
I think he meant Potvin. Yeah.
At UBS.
Because they're saving space for Schaefer. That's why.
Oh, wow.
That's
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Also, it's a newer stadium too, so they probably haven't put anything up like that. I guarantee you, if they have the space for it, they probably will put up a statue,
like a heroes, like a memorial thing or something.
I don't know, something. They'll make a shrine for some of the players. A lot of the stadiums do that out in front.
You want to do while those guys are alive, though, don't you?
Yes, that way they can come there and take pictures with it and see it. Yeah, usually you do. Well, that's correct. I will agree with you there.
And most of those guys from the dynasty years are like in their 70s.
So you're saying they need to hurry up. You're saying TikTok. They need to hurry up.
Well, I'm just saying if they were going to do something like that or had plans for it, they would have already announced it. I don't think they have any plans for that. And like I said,
I think they should do that.
But I'm just saying, when you have guys who are in their mid 70s, it's 45 years since they won their first cup. Think about that. Yeah. I'm not saying the guys are, 1 foot in the grave, the other one a banana peel, but they're certainly older. I mean, when you hear people passing away at 75 or 80 years old, it's like, oh, okay. I didn't realize they were that old. Just saying. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Matthew West says, so many Sorokin haters. Yeah.
That is true. A lot of Sorokin haters. I was one of them. Well, it wasn't the fact that I hated him. It was the fact that I hated him. I wanted to maximize our trade value that we could get for next year.
Do you want to know who's a Sorokin hater?
Who?
Phil's Fiction.
Oh!
He hates Sorokin. He hates Barzell. He hated Dobson. He still hates Dobson. Still. To this day.
Wait, now let me ask. Does he like Romanoff?
Yes. But he, in private conversations, to me, has admitted the Romanoff deal was hideous and he sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody now can probably say it was not a smart move. Now, let me ask a question with Romanoff. Do you think now that he's that he got paid, that he's, well, I'm paid.
No.
I'm going to be chilling?
No. He's just a shitty defenseman.
Okay. So you think it's just lack of talent?
He's not positionally sound. He's good for throwing body checks. He would have been great in the 1970s, throwing body checks. They didn't have the graphite sticks. You're allowed. He's
kind of like a bull in the china shop, is what you're saying.
Yeah, running guys
all over the place, ramming dudes.
Yeah, he would have fit in great with the Flyers back in the day, just running guys all the time, not playing solid defense. It's just what he is.
Okay.
But the game was different back then. He's just not very good. So no, I don't think I got all this money. Even though he admitted that he was not expecting near the term or the dollar amount. I'm like, yikes. Correct. When somebody tells you that, Pierre Engvall, you know that these guys got wildly overpaid. That's all
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Nazato 91 says, what shots are they not counting? They're being more selective in what they were calling shots on goal previously and what they're calling now. I heard on a couple of out of town broadcasts this year that yes, that was a sticking point, that they're being more selective. It has to be a legitimate shot on goal for it to count. And I think the league actually reviews it.
So you think they're juicing the shot percentages then?
Well, I think when you're putting a shot, I don't know how that works for the guy. I don't know. I'm talking about save percentages. If goalies are making saves, but the powers that be say, well, that probably wasn't going to be a shot on goal, even if it was close. They're not getting credit for that save. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Jake Kiriako says, I absolutely love the Ranger game. I loved when the evil ones lose. And here's the thing. We made them quit. I thought they gave up. They got it was great. It was fun to watch, honestly. Even though the game exciting, not really. But we were after the Horvat scored, you could just the air went out of the building.
They give it up.
You saw the Rangers. They were just defeated. Mm-hmm. Rick Rowan says, might want to fix the screen at some point, fellas. He's talking about you, X.
Yes, I cannot fix the screen. It's stuck like that for the stream. If you go, there should be another post that has it in the correct format. Just click on the other post and it should be normal. Just try it out.
So X is saying his failure is your problem.
Okay, I would have to end the entire stream and restart it again. I'm not doing that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There's another post. It posted twice.
Polymod says, Grump, your team is 4-6 in fantasy football. Come on, man. Thought you were going to win it all. My team has had an absolute – and every single football league this year, all of my teams have suffered an incredible amount of injuries. And it just decimated my teams. Every single one. I don't have a winning record in any league this year. It's just like, yikes. Terrible. Just terrible. I mean, I rolled the dice this year and I got snake eyes.
Well, can't be any worse than my fantasy team. So,
I mean, even your fantasy team, in our family league, your bottom of the barrel fantasy team beat mine this week by a hefty margin. Matthew D. Bernardo says, the boys, our rush game has been great. All Shape Daddy, of course. How about Cash and Barry? Suppose he's ready end of the season. I think he got suspended for something. Keyshawn Aitchison. I think he got suspended for something.
I can look it up.
He's not coming up this year. There's no way he comes up. No way. He's not ready. He's not ready. He can bully the little boys and juniors. He's not ready yet. Just isn't. Fleet Dreams 33 says, how long will Wah last? Well, they keep on winning, or he keeps him in. He's not going anywhere. I think regardless of what Darsh says and Wah says and ownership says, they know this is not going to be a year that they're going to contend. And I think they've given him a long, long rope. I mean, if we're a team that, was kicking around the last playoff spot, Patrick Wah's going nowhere. Remember, he's a favorite of the ownership group. Matthew Darsh is new, first-time general manager. He's not going to buck the ownership team either. He's just not going to. If they say they want to keep him, the Islanders need a couple more years of good drafts. I thought one more would do it. I'm looking at it now. It's probably two big drafts because no one is ready to come up. No one. And you can't expect everyone who's been drafted in the first couple of years all to pan out. That's the biggest issue. How many guys really succeed? If we're hitting 1 out of 3, that's a phenomenal hit rate. So I think it's going to be a while before we're back on top. But with some astute free agent signings, a couple of nice little trades here and there, and a bunch of guys maybe panning out, we can be back in the mix in a couple, 2-3 years, I think. So I don't think Wah's going anywhere right now.
And it says Keyshawn Aitchison has been tearing it up in the OHL this season, 15 goals and 9 assists while being a +13 in 19 games played. but was recently suspended 2 games for these post-game antics. Do you feel that the suspension is worthy?
Let's look at it.
Oh, it's going to pull up another. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, I pulled up something from Instagram. Give me 1 second. All right.
And try to make it bigger too, X.
Okay. Instagram, I can't make it bigger. I'm just letting to let you know that ahead of time.
Why don't you just hit the play button?
It sent me to another link, Grumpy.
Okay, here it is, X.
Here it is.
Make it bigger, X. Make it bigger.
That's as big as you're going to get it.
Okay, well, let's
go
see
any bigger.
Sound on. I want to hear the sound too. What do you do?
It looks like you hit him with some water.
Dumb.
Like squirted the water or threw something at him.
That's dumb. What do we always say? What's the worst thing you could do as an
Interact
athlete?
with the fans.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Nothing good can possibly come out of that.
Correct.
He got suspended 2 games. It makes you question some things about him, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay?
Can he keep his temper in control?
Can't control himself.
Yep.
Over somebody talking shit to him. I don't know what he said to him. I don't even care. You're a professional athlete now. You can't act like that. You got to be smarter. He's a veteran. It's a junior game. He's like a team leader there. Got to be smarter.
One of the best players on their team.
You got to be smarter.
Do you think somebody from the Islanders organization called him after that?
No idea.
I mean, technically, he's under Islanders ownership. So
yeah, but I'm gonna sure they take care of that at the local level.
No, I understand, but I'm asking is, do you think somebody contacted him and was like, "Hey, you can't be doing this crap. This is not a good look for our organization"?
You would think that the Barrie Colts would be the ones telling him that.
Yeah, I understand. I was just saying, do you think somebody from the Islanders contacted the Barrie Colts and said, "Hey, we need you to talk to our guy and tell him to knock this off"?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. This is Canada. This isn't the United States where we let our athletes do whatever the hell they want. This is the rest of the world. They don't tolerate that shit. Now, what do you think you got a 2-game suspension for? They don't tolerate that crap.
Yeah.
And I'm going to guarantee you, Barrie Colts said, "What the hell's wrong with you? Get your head out of your ass. Your star is on the rise here, kid. All you could do is hurt yourself. That's all you can do is by doing something. Okay, is that like an egregious error? No.
But
it
still,
makes you say, dude, come on. What's going on under the hood when you say something, when you see something like that? You need to be smarter than that. You need to know, do not interact with the fans. I don't care what they say, and I don't even know what he said. It looked like he was getting on them for certain. And you just don't react to the fans. It's a no-win proposition for you. That's what I'd say. You cannot win in a battle with the fans. You just can't. And he didn't. Got suspended 2 games. The fan will be back there next week. They're going to pay his money for the ticket for certain. He's certainly not going to get thrown out for yelling at a guy going off the ice. That's not going to happen.
It happens all the time, though. In all sports, these guys, there's always fans that heckle the players and talk crap to them. But the thing is, majority of the players just ignore them. They act like they don't even exist.
Yeah.
So
just leave you won the game. Even if you lost, just walk off the ice.
Yeah.
That's all right. Live to play another day.
Or laugh at him. Walk off.
No, just ignore him. Just ignore him. Like I said, when Barry Bonds was taking heat from that little crippled guy in the Mets game when he was playing for the Pirates, just yelling, "Barry!" the whole game. Barry, Barry. Barry just, and he heard him. He heard him. Was sitting right there. He heard him. He just ignored him the whole game, talking crap about Barry Bonds. And then Steve Cook was a pitcher for the Pirates. He was warming up with Barry. And, they're still chanting Barry. And then the guy goes, "Cookie," even though his name was Steve Cook. He had an E on the end. "Cookie, Barry's mom makes more money than you." That's the only time that Barry broke character. The only time. And he laughed at that.
Yeah.
So you knew that he heard
the whole time. Yeah.
These players hear what people are yelling at them. They hear everything, particularly in games like that. After the game, they hear all of that. So You just got to be smarter. I mean, Barry Bonds was smart. Keyshawn Aitchison in this particular incident was not. But he'll learn. He's still young. He's 19, so he's a man playing among boys right now. I thought he should have went to college for certain.
Yeah.
Chose to go back to, the Canadian Hockey League. So, and he's putting up big numbers. I don't think that's going to translate to the pros, though.
Yeah. I think
certainly not 24 points in 15 games.
No, he'll absolutely struggle when he comes to the NHL or, the minors. He'll struggle there at first.
And my issues with him in training camp were stop trying to be like Romanov. You want a one-way ticket to Palookaville, play like Romanov. Be smarter. It's not all about the big hit. It's about playing defense. He also plays like in front of the goal on power play.
Yeah.
I already read that one.
You already read this one? Okay, sorry.
Matthew Sklar says, we never beat Minnesota. They're way more talented than us. I think the style they play give us a problem too. They can outdo us at what we do.
Yep.
J. Robert Bauer says, Schaefer has Bobby Orr moves. Has anyone ever compared Schaefer to Bobby Orr?
I think this one guy who goes by the handle the Grumpy Old Man has.
Yeah, he reminds me a little bit of Bobby Orr.
He's fantastic on the puck.
He does. He's fantastic. Tony Cheese says, who's this Schaefer kid? Matthew Schaefer. Frank from Empire State says, you're right, Grumpy Old Man on Romanov. He could have pinned the Devils player with the puck against the wall, but he released him and scored with 4.3 seconds left after his contract.
I told you.
He got way worse. He didn't get way worse. He's always been that guy, Frank. He's always been that guy. I'm not going to say that he's taking it easy out there because he signed that contract. He's always been that guy.
Would you say his play is worse this year from last year?
No, I think he's the exact same shitty player this year that he was last year. But
you don't think that he's gotten any worse?
No, I think Noah Dobson bailed him out continuously. And people always want to blame Dobson. Well, Dobson, look at this. He didn't pick a guy. Well, it's because Romanov is halfway up the ice. He had to cover for Romanov. Honestly, I told everyone this for years. Romanov is horrible. Dobson is the reason that Romanov even looks presentable as a defenseman. Here's the thing. Dobson's gone. Romanov, I said in the preseason, before the season even started, the worst pairing in the league was going to be Dobson and DeAngelo. The fact that it took 13 games for Patrick Waugh to realize it was stunning to me. He should have known that. If a ham and egger like me knew that going into the season, we saw it last year at the end of the year when Dobson was injured for a little while.
Unless he's told to play him due to the contract where he was playing him.
No.
You don't think that happens at all?
I don't think he's going to play.
No, I'm not saying that he's not going to play. I'm saying pairing wise, him always being on the first pairing. Do you think that he was on the first pairing due to the contract that he was getting?
He was on the first pairing last year with Dobson.
I know. What I'm saying is after the contract was signed, you were like, oh, he was that hideous. And it took Waugh 13 games to figure out. What I was saying was
he and DeAngelo shouldn't be on the same pairing together. That's on Waugh. I saw them play together last year. They were a nightmare. I was stunned that they put them out there. This is a much more, okay, the reason why you had to put Schaefer with Mayfield.
Yes, for the veteran.
That was going to be your third pairing. Scott Mayfield, is the bottom six defenseman at this point in his career. They could put him, he's solid defensively, and he's always been his best when he plays with the puck mover on the other side. Always been that's when he's at his best. He doesn't have to do too much. Just get the ball. Just get the puck to the puck mover and move on like that.
Yep.
What I said was, if you remember, eventually you're going to see Schaefer go and play with Pulock. And that's
what you're seeing.
We've already seen it.
Yep.
Why? It's not because of Scott Mayfield's playing poorly. It's because Matthew Schaefer has just been so darn good. He's by far the best defenseman on the team.
Absolutely outperformed what me and you thought, 100%.
And Pulock can play more minutes, physically can play more minutes at this stage of his career than Scott Mayfield can. Yep. Pulock's been struggling this year. All of a sudden, oh my gosh, he's starting to look like he's a serviceable defenseman again. Well, you want to know why? Because you're playing with Matthew Schaefer on the other side. Alexander's Romanov been a disaster. Why do they put him with Scott Mayfield? Scott Mayfield will play positionally sound hockey. It helps a renegade or a loose cannon like Romanov.
Bull in a china shop.
He just is what he is. He's never changed who he's been, ever. Never, ever. Rick Roma says the Devils dominated them, and that was a Sorokin win. Did Phil comment on that game? No, Phil's really good at keeping quiet. If you get into an argument with Phil about one thing and you prove your point, he just shifts to another
flip it to another one.
Yeah. He just flips to another point. I told him, that's not a good thing to teach your children, Phil. I told him that. Matthew Sklarov says, much better idea with switching up the D, even though it still pretty generally sucks. Yeah, the defense is not good enough. It's just not. J. Robert Bauer says, next year we're contenders. We don't know that. We're going to lose a couple of guys. We're going to lose Lee and Pajot at the deadline.
Yep.
That's going to make us weaker.
Hopefully.
Yeah. There's no way we're bringing that. Right?
Yeah.
But you have to move those guys.
And again, as we stated earlier in the show, we want them stat stuffing as much as possible. Keep passing them the puck on empty net goals, everything.
Remember, there's still no one in the minors who can step up and play consistently at the NHL level right now. No one. Absolutely no one. And whoever we draft next year, unless it's the McKenna kid, if we luck out and get the first overall pick, that player is not going to be able to play in the NHL next year. I don't think people realize what a unicorn Matthew Schaefer is. Most kids are 2, 3, 4 years away once they're drafted. That's why the policy that Lamoriello had previously was so detrimental to the team in the future, just like it was when he was at the Devils at the tail end. Same thing. He ran the team into the ground trading first-round picks, and then all of a sudden you're left picking up the pieces. And it was a decade before the Devils were good again because he run the system dry, trying to chase a Stanley Cup that was never going to happen. Did the same thing here with the Islanders. So if you're looking at even Cole Eiserman, right? 2 years ago he's drafted. He's at least 2 years away. At least 2 years away. The guys that he drafted this year, at least 2, maybe 3 years away. Whoever they draft next year is going to be 3 years away. So that's why I'm saying it's going to take time, and you have nothing in the farm system. Absolutely nothing. No one who's ready to step and say, man, I'm going to be a contributor. That's why we're hyping guys like William Dufour in the past or Matthew Maggio, because they have no talent. Who knows if Victor Eklund's going to pan out? We sure hope he does. Keishon Aitchison, absolutely. Daniil Prokhorov, absolutely. Man, they look fantastic as 18-year-olds. That's why the NHL draft and Major League Baseball draft is so tough to judge when you're drafting high school age children. They are children, kids, right? You don't know what they're going to be when they're adults.
Yep.
That's why it's so difficult to figure out how they're going to pan out. And that's why the success rate, for the first couple of rounds is like 30%. That's it. Frank from Empire State says, we are a serious team. We are good. I disagree, Frank.
I don't think we're good. We've been playing well.
We've had a really easy schedule to start the year.
Yeah, I don't think we're good. I think we've been playing well, though. I think we definitely they've outperformed what I thought they were going to do. So, in my eyes, they've been playing well.
Eve Legin says, "Can we trade D'Angelo for Connor Murphy?" If I'm looking to trade Tony D'Angelo, I want a draft pick. I don't care. I wait till the deadline. A team that needs somebody to juice their power play, try to get yourself a third-round pick for him. I'll take any draft picks because you can package those picks to move up and down and around in the draft.
Yep, and get better players.
Yeah, I mean,
that are looking towards the future.
You don't need to have 100 draft picks, but you know what? If you get yourself 15 and you can move up and down that board, that's the way to do it. I mean, that's what you want to be able to maneuver up and down the board to target players that you really like.
Yep.
Fleet Dreams 33 says, Sunex, you're not live on X.
Yes, I know we are not live on X. That is a issue that we need to handle.
There's another TJ issue that we have to take care of.
Yep.
Frank from Empire State says, Mayfield was embarrassed on that goal he allowed. Well, because guess what? He's in his 30s now. They are what they are. Scott Mayfield looked pretty good playing with Matthew Schaefer, though, didn't he? Boy, it didn't look like, oh, man, look, Scott Mayfield's having a resurrected season. That's what I heard. Well, you know what? It's because he's playing with the best player. A top 10 defenseman in the league is Matthew Schaefer right now.
Yep.
And the thing that they underestimate not his offense, is how good he is, his defensive awareness.
Yeah.
He's 18. I mean, a young 18. Just turned 18 in
fresh
September.
18, yeah.
I mean, sky's the limit for that kid.
Oh, yeah.
Sky's the limit. Frank from Empire State says, hit the thumbs up. Get more peeps on here for the fellas. Yeah, please do.
Yep.
Frank says,
Lord
knows. LOL. Matthew Sklarov says, in a year that has been as shitty and rough as it's been for me personally, Saturday was a really great day. Sorry to hear a bad year, Matthew. I was at a very nice wedding, and then Islanders blowing out the Rangers was a cherry on top.
Yep.
For those who don't know, son X is getting married. Not this Saturday coming up, the following Saturday.
That is correct. Yes. It will be wife Y.
Wife Y.
Yeah, it'll be wife Y.
Brandon Gaines says, on a side note, thank goodness we didn't trade for Isaac Howard. He sucks right now in Edmonton. Tampa obviously knows what they're doing. Yeah, that Isaac Howard thing, I never understood why he wanted to leave Tampa. To me, it was a red flag why you'd want to leave Tampa. I mean, I don't know.
Falling out.
Well, but he didn't want to sign a contract there.
Yeah.
He wanted something, he wanted something guaranteed. I'm like, guarantees? Again, but
You said this isn't the NFL. Come on.
But, they don't get guarantees in the NFL.
Well, certain players do.
Well, certain players do. There's guarantee. Yeah, okay. Not like in baseball, though. But the whole thing was, in Edmonton, he's in a numbers game. He's going to lose that numbers game. He's going to have to be good playing on maybe the third line or fourth line. He's not going to be a top 6 player on that team. Mm-hmm. Not going to happen. Frank from Empire State says Mayfield has been bad.
No Schaefer, that's why. No Schaefer, no party.
That's right. Jake Kiriako says Emil Henneman is a serviceable forward. I'm glad we have him. Absolutely. That's what he is. He's a serviceable forward.
He had a nice hustle play, too. He lost his stick and ended up kicking it out. And I think that was the goal that I want to say that was the goal. I might be remembering incorrectly, but that was the goal that Horvat scored off that random, just blind pass in the middle of the ice that, Horvat ended up picking up. And it was due to him hustling and kicking the puck up without a stick. So.
But you know what? That's what he's a third or fourth line guy.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Yep.
No problem with that. You need guys like that. He's young. He could play here for a lot of years. You don't have to pay him a ridiculous amount of money. He's not a first liner, though. He just absolutely is not. He's got zero skill. He can shoot the puck, stationary position, but he's not going to stick handle around you ever. So, I mean, it just is what it is. Matthew Sklar says, X is on a roll tonight. I don't know why he said that, X. Why are you on a roll, boy?
I'm rolling.
Frank from Empire State says, props to Palmieri for playing pretty good. He blows, too. Rick Roma says, the Devils have the 6th-ranked power play, and the Islanders were dead last. Devils should be like the Islanders power play and just throw it at the net. I love this podcast so much. That's right. All right. Isn't that what we said? Just put the puck on net. They get too fancy with it.
Yep.
With all that talent, stop. You don't have to walk the puck into the net.
Put the puck on net. You never know what happens.
Interesting question from Rick Roma. Does Matt Schaefer make Team Canada? Absolutely yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes. Absolutely yes. I want him on Team Canada. Absolutely yes.
Well, let me ask, why do you want him on Team Canada?
Because he's electric. I want to see him on the big stage. I want to see him in the Olympics. I want to see, he's going to play. He'll be a bottom bearing guy.
Would you not be concerned of him getting hurt?
Well, if he gets hurt, he gets hurt. That'll be good for us getting draft picks. But
okay, but yeah, not long term for the team.
No,
though.
I want to see him play on the biggest stage. That's what I want.
Here's what I'm going to say. You're going to feel that way, and then I'm already predicting it. 2 to 3 years from now, when the Islanders draft picks end up producing and playing well, and the team is a cup contender, he's going to get injured probably in one of these, international games. And then you're going to be preaching a different story.
Well, but I'm talking about now. He's talking about now. Does he make Team Canada now? Absolutely.
Yes.
I think he should. I think
great if he makes it now. Awesome. Long term, no. We want as few of our players as possible. I'm obviously looking to, win a cup. We want as few of our players as possible playing in these international games, which can risk injury.
Okay.
So.
Here's the thing. If we got a whole bunch of guys, 6 or 8 guys making Olympic teams and other, guess what? Our team's pretty damn good.
That is true. Our team would be very good.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, I think, and here's the thing. Is Bo Horvat's making a push for a roster spot.
Oh, absolutely he is.
And I'm going to tell you something about Bo Horvat. He's a guy who will play the fourth line for you.
Yeah.
I mean, he's certainly not going to be a top 6 guy. Absolutely not on that.
You're talking about for international.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're talking about for international.
But he's a guy I feel very confident.
Oh, yeah.
Putting him playing the fourth line and being able to chip in goals.
He'd produce. He absolutely would produce.
And honestly,
he's producing now.
Can you argue that his performance so far has not been good enough to earn a call up to the Canadian national team? Not me.
Yeah.
Been good.
Yep.
Really good. Gungun says, if the Islanders are in a playoff position by the trade deadline, do we hold on to the old guys? Grumpy, please sing us some of Juice Newton's Queen of Hearts.
No, we should not hold on to
Hearts. No. Don't know where it really starts. Something is the only rule. I'll do anything for you. Juice Newton.
There you go.
That's a song from the Wayback Machine X.
It sounded like it.
He's a better singer than I am.
Yeah. I would say if we're in playoff position come trade deadline, we still need to get rid of old farts.
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
Got to be smart.
You got to think we're not winning anything.
That's right.
What are we going to say? Woohoo! Yay! We made the playoffs. Awesome.
Got to be smart. You have a plan for the organization. I'm going to give you, for instance, New England Patriots this year. 8-2. Their record is 8-2. Tied for the best record in the AFC. Did anyone expect them to be that good?
No.
Nope. They got the quarterback, Drake May, Mike Vrabel, new coach. Trade deadline. They did not make any moves. They're like, we have a plan here. It's not just about this year.
Yep.
You have to know, as a general manager, you have to know, okay, do we want to make another ill-fated short-term run trying to keep some guys on the team? Or do we we're not good enough right now, regardless of how well we're playing. We're a borderline playoff team. You got to move those guys out. You still have to be sellers because it's not like your farm system is loaded with young players ready to jump into the lineup right now. We don't have enough of that. We must get more. Period.
I was gonna also say with the New England Patriots, they got to look towards the future because they know when they play the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC for the playoffs, they're at least going to have 15 to 20 flags thrown on them. So they got to be prepared for that as well.
Conspiracy Theory X.
Hey, they're not conspiracy theories anymore, Grumpy.
All right.
They're becoming truths.
Matthew Sklarov says Romanov was too conservative on that tying goal. 10 seconds left, you pressure. Well, he doesn't know what to do. That's his issue. It's always has been. Just he's not smart. Not that he's not smart enough. He's not sound enough in his decision making. He just is what he is.
Sorry.
Gungun says, I agree. Son X will one day make a great U.S. president. That's why I know we'll have no problem effortlessly listening to 5 Islanders captain.
Oh, listing 5 Islanders captain.
5 Islanders captains.
Flatley. Yep, I keep getting Flatley right now. Tavares, Pekka, Lee, and Dennis Poffin.
Woo! Finally.
Son X has gotten all of the captain names.
You should have that written down and just put right by your monitor.
True.
You shouldn't even that should be a no-brainer for you. Frank from Empire State says it's the opposite. Expansion teams get way too much up front, and they are all good.
See, I don't know why I've always maybe it's just different in other sports, but I'd always thought the expansion teams they're gonna suck. They're gonna be terrible because it's these guys have never played with each other, whereas all the other teams, they have the chemistry built up already. They've been playing with each other for years. for the most part. So me looking into it, I'm like, okay, these expansion teams are going to be terrible. Well, the expansion teams are going to be terrible. That's how I look at it.
They've changed the rules in the NHL where I think you can either keep like 8 skaters and 1 goalie that you can protect. Everybody else is available. So it's a lot less. Like in the old days, you used to, for previous expansions, you could protect 15 skaters and 2 goaltenders. Well, guess what? There's not going to be a whole lot for you to pick from. But they made it, when the guys are paying the amount of money that they're paying for these franchises, they had to loosen up those rules because these guys like, hey, I'm paying you this much money and my team's going to suck for 10 years.
I'm not going to make any money back on it. That's how they look at it.
That doesn't work. So that's why they changed up a little bit. But we got to remember, these teams know that they're going to be in the league, right? So you're seeing they'll hire a director of hockey ops guy 2 years before their expansion season, and they're beating the bushes for these players. They're making deals,
ahead of time,
getting draft picks so that they don't pick a certain player that another team wants to protect. Won't throw you a first round pick if you take player X, for instance. We'll throw you a first round pick. That's how these teams are able to get good. They're able to load up on draft picks and get select veterans going forward.
Yeah.
That's the smart way to do it. And they're looking at these guys. They're not looking at the guys who are 38, 39 years old. They're looking at younger players
who have talent.
They can grow with the team, or they're looking for certain characteristics depending on what they want their teams to be. And that's just the way that it's done nowadays. And they're looking at the pro scouting guys are looking at guys. They're targeting certain guys, and they know they can't protect other teams. If you can only protect 8 skaters, well, that's all. And I know it was 8 or 9. I don't really remember, but let's just say it's a lot less. You're going to get some good players in there.
Yeah.
And you can parlay it like the Islanders. They wanted to either Eberle or Bailey or whatever it was. They wanted to protect one of them, or I don't know what it was, but Eberle was a good player, wound up going to Seattle. I mean, Jordan Eberle's still playing. He's the captain of Seattle. That was a number of years ago. And the Islanders, you just can't protect everyone. Just can't do it. Rick Romer says, the Mammoth have hit the wall. Not a playoff spot at the moment. 3-game losing streak and losing to Buffalo tonight. Well, that's the way it goes.
They'll probably have their bounce back game against us.
And it's going to be at home also.
Yep.
Not an impossible game, says Rick Romer. There you go. That could be your 2. Rick Romer says the Avs, on the other hand, that's a loss. The Avalanche are really good this year. Frank from Empire State goes, Vegas Knights became an instant juggernaut from day one, basically. Well, they played the league. They were smart. George McPhee knew what he was doing. We played Vegas very well over the years. Absolutely. That's a team that, for whatever reason, we usually beat. Matthew Sklarov says last game was a fantastic game and finish. Yes.
Yep.
Freedom Front Adventure says that's right. Freedom is back. Just got out of the hospital.
Oh.
Who's back? Sorokin? Yes, Sorokin.
Yes, Sorokin's back. Hope you're doing all right, Freedom.
You'll be happy to know I did get Freedom Front Adventure. I did get a birthday present from TJ, but not one from Son X yet.
Don't even talk to me.
I have a number of things, X, right now that I can show you.
Oh, have you told me any of them?
I will tell you right after the show.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you haven't told me anything. You haven't told me.
Let's see how
you haven't told me jack, bud.
Let's see how you handle your business.
Yeah.
Drew says, never mind. I guess TJ isn't back then, LOL. I don't know what X means by his back.
Sorokin's back.
Sorokin's back. Frank from Empire says, I'm guessing Sorokin will be off tomorrow. Vegas tomorrow, and then Utah the day after. I mean, wouldn't you play Sorokin against Vegas and Riddick against the Mammoth? That's what I would do. I want to play my best against the best.
Yep.
Thumbs up. Thank you very much, Frank. Evil Again says Romo's 8-year, $50 million contract has rewarded the Islanders' faith in him by being the single worst player in the NHL by game score value. His full trade protection starts July 1st, 2026. No one will trade for him.
Nope.
It's, again, what a blunder of a deal. You could have easily given him a 3-year deal. Easily he would have taken it. Let him go to free agency. You drafted, think about this. You signed Romanoff. You have Schaefer. You drafted Aitchison. You have Isaiah George. These are all left shot defensemen. You have nobody on the right side. At best, if Aitchison pans out, Romanoff is your bottom pairing defenseman making that ridiculous amount of money. Drew says, also, X, I sent you some material. One is about our prospect pool rankings. The one I've sent is from ABC 7 New York. I don't know how much I trust them. Up to second from 26 last year.
It's a big jump.
Okay, I'm going to say that the Islanders should not be ranked anywhere near that high. You want to know why?
Why?
Matthew Schaefer's not a prospect.
No, he's a full-time, yeah.
He's not a prospect anymore. So he should not even be there. He's a full-blown star already. He's not a prospect. So I totally disagree with that. Already read that one, X.
Oh, sorry.
What else did it say? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's ABC 7 New York. They don't know what the hell we're talking about. Matthew Schaefer is going to be an elite star. He is one already. The question becomes, can he get to the Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes territory? There's a spin. Okay, I think he's better defensively than both of them already. I think he's better than Quinn Hughes, honestly. And I think he's going to be better than Cale Makar.
It just says there's a distinct possibility that he does. Victor Eklund and Cal Ritchie possess top 6 scoring potential in the NHL and could be ready for full-time roles next season.
Full stop. Victor Eklund will not be with the big team next. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Eyewitness News. Freaking News. Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Bill Butel and Roger Grimsby. I don't know who the hell's in charge now, but those are the guys that were doing that news. You ever see the movie Cool Hand Luke?
Yes.
Okay. There's a thing when they're doing work on the road and they hit, and it's the theme song to the Eyewitness, Channel 7 Eyewitness News is in there. I'm like, what the hell? They stole that from a Cool Hand Luke movie?
Probably.
Yeah. So I don't know what they do now. I'm going in the way back machine. JP says, hey, gentlemen, Sorokin is definitely out of his cold spell. Yep.
Yes, agreed. Been playing very well.
That's right. JP also adds, I said from the beginning that Matt Barzal is and always has been a center and did not belong on the same line with Horvat. I believe I'm finally being proven correct, albeit a day late and $1 short.
Yep, he's been playing well.
Sure has.
And Horvat's been playing phenomenal.
Frank from Empire State says, no way, grumpy old man. Romanoff is way worse this year. He wasn't as bad last year, but I'm upset because with that contract, he must be better now. He's the same shitty player he was last year. And I told you he was, Frank. I told you he would get exposed this year without Noah Dobson, who gets all the shutdown minutes in Montreal. How's Montreal doing this year? How are they doing? With Noah Dobson in the shutdown defensive role with Mike Matheson. How are they doing? It's not a mistake that they're playing as well as they are this year. No mistake at all. Romanoff, nightmare. Noah Dobson had to cover up for his sorry ass last year. That's why he gave you the impression he was playing well. He was not. He sucks blows and swallows by a factor of 10. JP says, the Strangers might be off of the snide, beating Tampa Bay 7-3 right now. But I think they have the best record in the league in away games this year. I think they've only lost one away game. Matthew Sklarf says, come on, X. Even I know the soup Nazi.
I know. Drop the ball.
Frank from Empire State says, X with a TJ moment. Soup Nazi.
Yep.
Evil Again says, the Islanders inquired about trading for this New Jersey's defenseman Nemec over the summer. Article by Eyes on Isles. Okay. Is he really that good? Simon Nemec? But again, he was number 2 overall pick. Or maybe he was number 4. I don't know where he got picked by the Devils a few years ago. He hasn't panned out yet. I don't know. I mean, you have your own young guys. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a super big fan of his yet. Drew says, honestly, I don't think Greco is the issue. I think Wah found the right combination of lines, a.k.a. Romanoff, being on the bottom pair defense. No. Freedom of Adventure says, Grumpy, Dobson couldn't bail someone out in one of those bailless cities like San Francisco or New York. Romanoff had good years previously, but this year, no. Still has a lot of trade value. He has zero
with the
value.
Contract he has, nobody's picking that up.
No one is signing him. He sucks horribly. I mean, he's like, his nickname might as well just be freaking Hoover, how much he sucks. He blows too. He's like one of those leaf blowers, and not ones that you plug in like the electric ones, full gas power. That's what he's, because he blows. He just blows, man. sucks. Okay, I don't know who this is, but Mr. N says, who wears numbers 19, 22, and 31 for the Islanders?
Who wore
that's
them?
for you, X. I'll give you a hint. One's a center, one's a winger, one's a goaltender. They're all Hall of Famers.
Billy Smith.
That's the goaltender. What number was he, you think?
I'm going to go with 31.
Woo! Good one, X.
Ryan Trottier.
What number might he be?
19.
Oh! And number 22.
And then Mike Bossy is number 22.
Bossy, number 22.
Woo!
Woo-hoo, X.
Ooh, thank you, Google.
Look at how here's what I think happened. X is smartened up because we've actually said to him, X, stop looking like a fool. Stop playing Shaq and a fool. Or what's that thing he says? Shacked and a fool. Shacked and a fool. Don't do that anymore. You've been doing it for months and months. Pull up the information when you see a question posted. You should get the information by osmosis after a while.
I cannot remember who it was who was always on Shacked and a Fool all the time.
Yeah, there was one guy.
There was one guy on there where he just buried him every single week. Oh,
I think his nickname was X, Son X.
It is not.
JP says, I'm curious to see how the Islanders perform against Vegas on Thursday night. They're usually really good against Vegas.
Should be a definite good game, though.
Gungun says, Grumpy, where can I get the Islanders Never Say Die logo T-shirt you wore a few episodes back? Is Phil's facts sharp as attack? No, he's dull. I don't know where you could possibly get that. There's formerly a member of the show who should have taken that and run with it, but so far he's failed in that department as well. He needs to do a little bit of cleanup work. Freedom Fighter goes, I think the new goalie coach stood up for Sorokin and said you can't play him too much. That's the difference. I don't know about that. Drew says we're 12th in 5-on-5 scoring. I think we're about 20th on the power play scoring.
Yep.
JP says, I don't know if Pittsburgh can keep up their power play. They've been ridiculously hot. Last year, they were like horrible. You would think with that talent that they have on the team that they would be a little bit better on that power play situation than they have been previously. So maybe they're coming. They've been a really good power play for a long time. So maybe they're just coming back into form. Drew says, portrait mode is vertical X.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember.
God damn. Landscape, man. JP says, Dallas, Edmonton, Mini, and Montreal's power play are for real.
Yeah.
But I don't think Edmonton's power play has been that good this year.
They are currently in the power play third at 32.6%.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize they were that good.
And Montreal is fifth at 26.1.
Okay. Right. Brett Wayner says, Phil's fiction is a troll. He is a troll. Drew says Romanov is just a low IQ hockey player. That's true. Yeah. JP says, to be totally fair, Romanov looked fairly acceptable against the Devils in that overtime victory. No, he didn't. He was terrible. He's always bad. JP says, I'm sorry, Grumpy, but Fred Shero never would have put up with Romanov's running around unless he was going to stop the play by suckering his opponent. Shero was a true systems coach. Very true. Very true. But you know what? Moose DuPont was not. He was a little positionally, little wonky at times. But he knew he was a stay-at-home guy. You never saw him rushing up the ice or pinching up. They didn't do that back then.
No.
Drew says the Rangers got to tear it down and start the rebuild. They've got a culture issue going on there clearly, plus Panarin hasn't played to his standards, and Mika is washed up. I think those are all fair points, to be honest with you. Panarin has been pretty good last week, though. He's a free agent at the end of the year. And Zibanejad, I don't know. I mean, he's kind of up there in age, too. That's what happens when you keep those older guys. Freedom Fun Adventure says, speaking of all over the place ramming dudes, how is TJ and Phil doing? Romanov can still turn it around. Young and uber talented, but he is off. I wonder if he had a child recently or a pregnant wife. He sucks.
Here's the thing that's funny. As soon as I said all over the place ramming dudes, I knew what I said came out wrong. And I was like, oh, shit, I can get that one back. I knew as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, yeah, that's going to be, I said, that's probably going to be clipped. Well, that's what it is. But no, I don't think he's had a child recently, or his wife is pregnant. I'm not sure though. I'm not gonna say something. I don't know.
He sucks. And how are we going to say he's young? He's the exact same age as Dobson. They are the same age. Meatball Palm says Sorokin stole us a bunch of games as Romanov was trying to give them back. Yep. X, did you see about that Cleveland Indians guys getting popped for Emmanuel Clase, like their top level? What happened to Clase last year? He couldn't close a game. Well, we know why now.
We had even said on the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man show, he pulled up clips of him throwing the ball where it clearly looked like he was throwing games.
Yep. Very true.
Shocker.
And if ham and eggers like us can figure it out, guess what? The investigators can too.
You'd think.
Said Aitchison needs to grow up there. Can't let some idiot fans get into it. 100%.
Yep. Agreed.
Gotta be smarter. Freedom Front Adventure goes, I can't believe I believe the opportunity to improve the roster exists on the fourth line. You could replace all the fourth line pieces, but I'm still focused on draft position. We need Colorado to begin losing. Yeah, unfortunately,
that's not going to happen.
That's not happening this year. But I didn't expect that pick to be any better than 27th anyway. They're good. My Little Brownie says, Grump, almost a quarter way through the season, which teams are the most surprising with their wins or losses? I'm surprised Pittsburgh is as good as they've been so far. Montreal for certain. Matter of fact, I'm going to just pull up these little standings here and just, what the hell? Let's just take a look at them, right? Who's really surprising? The fact that Boston is 11-7 and in first place in the Atlantic Division.
Oh, hold on. What? Can you repeat that one more time for me, Grumpy? Can you repeat that again?
Boston is tied for first. I'm sorry. They're tied first with Montreal with 22 points in 18 games. Montreal, 22 points in 16 games.
That's interesting. Weren't you saying that Boston sucked and that there was no way they were making the playoffs?
Yes, that is exactly what I said.
Who is the one who said that they think that Boston's going to make the playoffs?
UX.
Thank you.
We've got a ways to go yet. It's funny. My Little Brownie brings up the quarter point because I was saying, after 20 games, we're absolutely going to have to say, where are we at the, the quarter pole? Where are we?
We should have wrote down our picks.
I know. Well, we can always look back at that particular episode and figure it out for you.
Yeah.
I'm also in the Metro. I'm surprised that the Penguins are playing as well as they have, even though they lost their last two.
They're still going to get the number one overall pick.
Tough to see. I knew that Colorado was good. I'm stunned that they're 11-1-5 though through 17 games. They're really good. 25 goal differential in plus minus. That's pretty darn good. And then out west, Edmonton just scuffling around again. But Anaheim is absolutely surprised at 11-4-1. They're one of the only teams to play Colorado tough recently. They lost to them last night. But Calgary's abysmal. I don't know if that's a surprise or not. X, didn't you also pick Nashville to make the playoffs?
Yes, I did.
Okay, they're in last place in the Central Division.
Okay, that one might have been a bust. But guess what? I picked the one that you did. No way. Boston sucks. They're terrible. Blah blah blah. Guess what?
It's a long way to go.
Yeah, they're going by.
You want to rock and roll?
They're going by what Ricky Bobby says. If you ain't first, you're last, buddy.
And the Islanders are about what I expect them to be. Same team they've been the last number of years. Just middle of the pack. You win one, you could be close to a playoff spot. You lose one, you could be last place in the Metro. That's where they are. Mm-hmm. James Farrell says the Islanders are the only team in the NHL that has more players with 10 points or – okay. James Farrell says, Grumpy, Islanders are sellers at the trading deadline? Absolutely. Absolutely. Freedom Front Adventure goes, Grumpy, I too felt Aitchison would have been better off in the NCAA this year, but we were all wrong. When he and the organization started benefits of him returning to junior, they were correct. Okay. We were all wrong. I don't know. I still think he should be in this NCAA.
I agree.
He's not going to get better playing against the kids.
Exactly. Needs to play bigger and better talent. It's the only way you're going to improve.
Right. Playing, being a big fish in a small pond doesn't make you better.
it might make you look really good stats wise, like, oh my God, he's killing it. But at the end of the day, you're not gaining any new skills or developing yourself by just playing against cupcake competition.
That's right. JP says it's obviously true. Romanov obviously leaves a lot to be desired. Yeah, he blows. Sorry, Romy. Freedom Fundamental goes, Aitchison given bigger roles, more responsibilities, more playing time than the NCAA. Also, there are younger guys in junior, but most of the league are monsters. Yeah, but they're all younger than him. They're all children. The NCAA, they're all older. And here's the thing. The things he's doing, like playing in front of the net or rushing the puck up, he's not going to be that guy in the NHL. He's not. That's not his skill set. He looked outmatched against men when in the preseason. Totally overmatched. But he's dominant in the juniors.
Yep.
Send him the NCAA. I thought that would have been a nice progression for him. He's physically mature.
He's ready to play that caliber of competition. He absolutely is.
Yep. David says, you called it, Grumpy Old Man, early on, Romanov. Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely. Jay Kiriako says, I used to like Phil and his opinions, but he really has been trolling Twitter of late. It's true. I like Phil, but that's his role, though. Come on.
He likes doing that.
Phil's a good guy, though. Yeah. No denying Phil. I like Phil a lot. He's a great guy. Freedom Fundamental goes, Grumpy, did you take X up on his surprisingly generous offer for Rush tickets? Go create a memory or two with Son X. He wouldn't go. I
never said that I wouldn't.
It was going to be me and the warden. And let me tell you something. You don't know the warden. It's like me going by myself. Because, come on, X, you think the warden...
You don't want to spend time with the warden, is what you're saying.
I'm saying the warden...
No, hold on. Let's do a little recap of what you did to me earlier on the show. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. You don't want to spend time with warden. You said it's like going by yourself. So you're saying the warden is invisible?
She would never go to that. Never, not in a million years. I had to drag her to concerts.
I think if somebody else got the tickets and said that she had to go, she would go. I'll say that.
She'd be miserable. She'd sit there like
that's not nice. That's not nice to say about the warden. And then, yes, thank you guys so much for the congratulations. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Mark Alberti says, we can beat the Golden Knights. Yeah, we match up for whatever reason. We've been really good against them. Freedom Fundamental says, no way. Son X and former athlete Chaser Y are getting married soon. Son X looking pretty darn calm. Those this close to kickoff. Congratulations. Oh, my goodness. You know what he called fiance Y? Fiance
athlete chaser.
Former athlete chaser.
Marchand still plays.
No, she says she only chases former.
Oh, okay.
Meaning you.
I thought he was bringing up about the Marchand where she had the opportunity to meet Marchand, but she did not take it.
No. Freedom Funders goes, Son X, where will you and fiance Y honeymoon? Is dog Y in the wedding? It's dog Z is in the wedding. Go ahead and predict who of your family friends will cry during the wedding.
Ooh, okay. So I'll answer these question by question. Honeymoon, we have not decided yet where we're gonna go. We were thinking about potentially going to Croatia, but have not decided yet. Is dog
go to the North Pole? Why don't you do
North
that?
Pole?
Why don't you go to Ukraine? What the fuck kind of place is that to go?
Croatia?
You can't find anywhere in the United States to go.
Have you seen Croatia?
Yeah, it was bombed out, wasn't it?
No, it's a really nice area. Dog Z is not going to be in the wedding. He's too wild. No. And then predictions of who will cry. Warden will absolutely break. She will
during the wedding. You think during the wedding?
During the wedding, before the wedding, after the wedding, she will absolutely be crying.
I will say at the rehearsal dinner, DraftKings has my odds of me breaking down, giving the speech as like
100%.
Like, I don't know how do they like minus.
You're asking the wrong person.
I don't know how they figure out those numbers, but it's like it's absolutely going to happen. I think really the parlay bet should be it's going to happen and how many times over and under how many.
Okay.
I'm going to bet up you. I will make everyone cry.
You'll make everyone cry. So if I see people not crying, should I say, Grumpy, you failed?
When I hand them the checks, they're going to go, holy crap.
Little show 8 time. All right.
I guarantee people will cry.
Yeah.
Brett Wayner says, let's see if you can get it this week. X name the retired Islander numbers. No Google. Just use a different, use a different search engine. That's all you need to do, X.
What
who are the
Internet
retired
Explorer said is number 5, Dennis Potvin, number 9, Clark Gillies, number 19, Brian Trottier, number 22, Mike Bossy, number 23, Bobby Nystrom, and 31, Billy Smith, and number 91, old Butchie Goring.
What about number 27?
And then 27, John Tonelli.
Yeah.
That's correct. Sorry, that one wasn't highlighted.
Oh, gosh. Jeremy Ford says, I would hope a player development person like Johnny Boychuk might give him a call and have a father-son type chat.
Talk about Aitchison. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, that's what I was saying. Somebody from the organization reaches out to him. It's just like, hey, you're killing it down there, but please don't make stupid mistakes like that interacting with fans. Just don't even worry about them. Block them out, kind of thing.
Freedom Fund Adventure says, X, when cheapo TJ delivers the gift before you, there is just no looking like crap. However, best to not ask Grumpy what he wants on or after his birthday, but to get him a gift prior like you do for those you love.
Yeah, here's the thing. Grumpy can act all, ooh, if you get him something, like if I was to get him those Rush tickets, he would be upset that I got them for him. Be honest. You would.
I thought they were ridiculously expensive. And the fact that Neil Peart's dead and they got a girl playing the drums.
So you'd be upset. You'd be disappointed.
No, I wouldn't be. I told you, I saw Rush play, and the only band that I'm not saying why I felt like I fell asleep or passed out during the show, but I remember at one time I woke up, I'm like, okay, I woke up.
So why were you asleep during that show, Grumpy?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
He was so good that he couldn't remember.
Couldn't even remember. But they were good in concert. I'm going to guarantee they're good now. But their tickets are ridiculously expensive. They are. Freedom Fund Adventure goes, Grumpy, you and your child bride, the warden, have a tremendous money-making opportunity. Write a parenting book for parents who have average to below average kids about how you got them married off to quality women. Oh my goodness. You know what? Maybe we should write that. Oh my goodness, X. Drew says, Grumpy, did you check out the material I sent, or did he ignore my DMs again?
I did look at the material you sent. I pulled up the prospect thing from the news.
Okay. Freedom Fund Adventure says, Grumpy is our resident Islanders history expert. My elder friend says he believes Schaefer is the best Islanders prospect since LaFontaine. I was too young, but no, 16 was really good. Is he right, or does it go back? All right, this is going to be sacrosanct, but I think he's the most talented player they've ever drafted. Ever.
Wow.
His skating just sets him apart.
Yeah, he's really
Dennis
good.
Potvin, to me, Dennis Potvin is like quintessential, total all-around defenseman. But he didn't skate like Schaefer does.
Yeah.
Potvin's still my favorite. I think of all the Islanders, I think Denny Potvin's probably my favorite Islander of all time. Then maybe Trottier, Bossy, Gillies, Schaefer just phenomenal. Frank from Empire State adds, I said it to X. I said I was proud we played Boston good because they were good, and Grumpy said they suck. LOL.
They're good.
They suck. Frank from Empire State says, go to Portugal, X, if you want a stunning country. Maybe you get to see Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, I see him walking down the street.
Freedom Fund Adventure adds, no, I mean, fiance Y used to be an athlete chaser, but gave it up to chase video gamers like X. Oh, X.
No comment.
Jake says, my 12-year-old son thinks that Grumpy is too negative about the Islanders.
Hey, you're living up to your name.
Jake, just tell your son that I'm a realist. It's not negative, it's realism. And hey, when I was 12 years old, I thought the Islanders were great. Of course, they were at that time. But no, actually, were they? No. They stink. But, you just look at it differently when you're younger. You think everything's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
JP says, I always wanted to see the Adriatic Sea up close, X. The Gulf is beautiful, but I'd still like to go there. Good on you too.
Thank you. Yeah. We just looked it up. It just looks beautiful. So he also says he used to live on the Gulf of Mexico a long, long time ago. Ooh.
You mean Gulf of America?
Oh my God.
I thought the name changed.
No, it didn't. I don't think so. I don't
It
know.
absolutely did. It was changed. Frank from Empire State, Russia's great, but sadly, it's always a sausage party. Yeah, yes, I'll agree with that. Drew says, ain't cool. All right, cool. I was in class, so I couldn't tell until now. Also, congrats on the wedding, X.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We have one TJ the Grumpy Old Man show and then one Islander show before the wedding for Son X.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom Fundamental says, wow, huge statement by Grumpy on Schaefer being the Islanders' top draft pick in history. Got to see where it goes, but I don't know what those last two words were. Yende Kared Erlium. Maybe it's Russian. I don't know.
All right.
Kared.
I don't know. I don't know what that was, but we've come to the end of the show. Is there anything you want to say?
Most talented is what I said. Most talented.
That is correct. Is there anything you would like to do before we log off, Grumpy?
I just want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't. For Son X and myself, the Grumpy Old Man.
Yep. I want to thank everybody for coming out and listening as always. Love the interaction, the comments, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks.